The U.S. Africa Business Summit focuses on enhancing trade, investment, and business ties between African nations and the United States, while also fostering long-term partnerships beyond economics. Over the past 25 years, the summit has expanded, strengthening cross-market connections. This year, the emphasis is on the private sector and how governments are enabling business growth, with key discussions on the global economy, infrastructure investment, and especially digital transformation. Angolan President João Lourenço highlighted the importance of strengthening African economies through ICT, infrastructure, agriculture, and trade, both in Angola and across the continent. He stressed the vital role of technology in driving sustainable development, noting that valuable lessons can be drawn from the U.S. experience.
Africa's digital transformation is accelerating. Startups and tech platforms emerge daily, driven by a creative and resilient youth that sees digital tools as paths to inclusion, entrepreneurship, and employability. With over 70% of African population under 30 years old, it is no exaggeration to say that the future of global innovation will bear an African fingerprint. In many ways, it already does.
We have changed the incentive structure. This is their primary goal, and this is what we judge our ambassadors on how well they support you. And to our heads of state and government here today, if our ambassadors are not bringing business deals and commercial opportunity and sustainable economic growth to you, ask them why they're not, because they should be. They should be with you, offering opportunities every day.
Speakers at the summit emphasized the critical role of the African Continental Free Trade Area in deepening continental integration and ensuring continuity of trade between Africa and the United States, particularly as the African Growth and Opportunity Act approaches expiration. Participants underline that the AFCFTA must be ambitious and transformative, noting that the continent has long suffered from the impacts of underdevelopment, fragmented markets, and limited industrialization. There was also a strong call for reform-oriented implementation, with an emphasis on policy coherence, institutional capacity building, and private sector engagement. Changing reforms, particularly those that foster investment and regional value chains, were seen as essential to the agreement's success.
1.3 billion people in a combined market of $3.4 trillion. That's an incredible market, and that's poised to grow a lot because I think there are lots of areas that are still left untapped. Intra-African trade will expand, and Africa will also play an important role in global shifting supply chains.
The African continent is considered by many as the powerhouse of the future global growth. West Africa is rising through agribusiness and agro-industry. Southern Africa, led by countries like South Africa and Botswana, is leveraging its mineral wealth and industrial base. Northern Africa, with Morocco, Egypt, and Algeria, has become a hub for renewable energy and light manufacturing.
The summit brought together global government leaders, business executives, and private sector stakeholders from across Africa and the United States.